What's the WTO's perception of Nigeria's economy?
So we think that the president and his team, and we just exchanged with him, have worked hard to stabilize the economy. And you cannot really improve an economy unless it's stable. So he has to be given the credit.
All right, everyone, welcome to Terabyte Media. My name is Lanre. Yes, that is the World Bank president, Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, the former finance minister. Now, he's here in Nigeria to have a chit chat with the president on the state of the economy. Now, in that interview, she, of course, commended the president and then said that now that the economy is stable, that now it is now time for the economy to grow. Don't forget that the World Bank released their data last year that Nigeria economy grew by 3.4%, and of recent, the U.S. president slammed Nigeria with tariff by a hike of 15%, stating that one of the reasons is because Nigeria, the import, there's trade imbalances. That is, there's a trade deficit on the part of the United States of America. That means Nigeria is actually exporting more to them, and they are not actually importing more to Nigeria. Now, that has not. I don't think that has happened before now. For a very long time, we haven't seen a situation where Nigeria is in a trade surplus with the United States of America. Now, and then Trump is saying that, look, this shouldn't be so. As we all know, Trump said in his America First policy that America will take center stage in every of its policies. Now, I want you to watch the conclusion of that video, then I'll come back with my final take.
Okay, the president embarked on some reforms at the initial stage of his administration, and now he's told Nigerians that the economy is turning the corner. What's the WTO's perception of Nigeria's economy?
So we think that the president and his team, and we just exchanged with him, have worked hard to stabilize the economy. And you cannot really improve an economy unless it's stable. So he has to be given the credit for the stability of the economy. So the reforms have been in the right direction. What is needed next is growth. We now need to grow the economy, and we need to put in social safety nets so that people who are feeling the pinch of the reforms can also have some support to be able to weather the hardship. So that's the next step. How do we build social safety net to help Nigerians cushion the hardship they are feeling? And then how do we grow the economy so we can create more jobs and put more money in people's pockets? These are issues that we discussed with Mr. President.
Now, looking at the way forward, the Okonjo-Iweala just stated that, well, the economy is stabilized, but there's still need for social safety net to be put in place. But then the problem I will have with that social safety net here is safety net in the form of providing finances for the most vulnerable in the society. But the question now is then how do these people get this money before without being hijacked by the guys at the top? But of course, the most commendable there is that the economy has stabilized, and for the fact that we have the dollar, even though the dollar is not really coming down, the dollar has stabilized within certain range that you can plan with it, unlike before, where you cannot determine the dollar, the worth of the naira against the dollar. But now, even if you look at the price of food commodities and so on, they have stabilized in a way. It's now left for them to come down, and that is a commendable effort, considering the fact that Tinubu took out a perform two surgical operations for the economy. And then those surgical operations have always been has always posed fears in the minds of past administrations. Even in the military eras, the issue of a fuel subsidy, which had been lingering since the 70s, no government was bold enough to remove it. And then also the issue of flotation of naira, though there's some form of managed float in the system, but of course it's still far better than defending the naira all the time with our reserve. At least we can have some money now for social infrastructures, pump more money to states. Infrastructures are gulping trillions. Imagine the Lagos, this thing, Lagos coastal, Calabar coastal road gulping trillions. These are reforms that generations will benefit. But the question in the minds of people most of the time is that now, what happens if the next administration comes in now and then undo all these policies? What do we say? No, but that's left for the future. But for now, let's continue to watch and let's see. The president already said he has already set a target of 15% inflation target. That though we are at 22.22% right now, the possibility that but he already promised us 15%. Even if we didn't achieve that, even if it's 17%, that's some form of pass mark. I'll see you in my next video. Please subscribe to Terabyte Media, share, like, and continue to watch our videos, politics and economy. My name is Larry. I'll see you in the next time.